Hey everyone, so this is a late evening video. I'm like completely exhausted. I spent the whole day like checking plants because I need to make space for the winter. I'm growing and raising so aggressively that I need to sort out aggressively too. And I'm coming to my limits, because I've I I sow out more than I let go. I like to keep plants until I see them flowering, and that's not always possible. So you need to look into the parents and kind of like predict how the cross will turn out to be. Very often this works, sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, that's what I did today. Like I checked hundreds of plants today and I made like, I don't know, maybe 150 that are sorted out now. Nothing that's in here. Like I'll do the greenhouse in here in the next couple of weeks and I'll do the same here. Most of the larger plants I will keep simply because I want them to like I had them so long and I waited for them to flower, and now that they are big enough that they are about to flower, I can give them away. Like I'll wait, have a look at the flower, have a look at the flower size and everything, and then I only keep the best. That's what I said to myself. I only keep the best. The problem is there are so many amazing things out there right now, and every year I make hundreds of crosses, and they are all good in a way. But yeah, I work in a climate that's pretty cold. I work with small greenhouses. I do this because I mean, it costs a lot to heat a greenhouse here, and you need to build greenhouses that can withstand frost. And the ones that I have are well designed, well built, and they are well insulated and everything. So everything that I put in here survives the winter unless I do rookie mistakes. And yeah, and the bigger the greenhouse, the more you need to heat it. You need to and I am living in a place that's not straight, like the ground isn't straight. Let me show you where I live. Jungle. And it's very difficult to build large things here. I rather build like 5 small ones than one huge thing that's totally crooked because the ground isn't straight. But yeah, so I see myself as someone who creates crosses and then lets them go. I make crosses and then I let them go to other people, to breeders, and yeah, and move on to the next cross. Like other people will grow the stuff that I don't have the space for. And yeah, that's what I've been doing since like the last 20 years. But now it's suddenly starting to get really, really like the breeding has become more professional. Everything has to had stepped up. Like I had to step up, and it's really exhausting sometimes. I kind of miss the time when you have an empty greenhouse and you can just put stuff in. There's like so much plants every year. You raise hundreds of plants, and overall, I mean, I had a discussion with a friend of mine who I asked him how many of them, of the ones that he grows from seeds, how many does he keep? He said 95% are like go away. And that's good. And I need to learn that. I, when you raise something like from little seed corn, you pollinate the flower, you raise the seedling, then you graft it or you raise it on its own roots for like 5 years and then it flowers. It's not easy to let go of them then, you have like, you like them in a way. They are your creations and it's kind of difficult. But yeah, it is what it is. I just, today was one of the days where I felt like, oh my God, how can I do this? Like there are cacti everywhere. And this year, I'm sure I have like 500 crosses again. You want to see them, you don't want to, like, when you send seeds away without even like keeping a few for yourself, you never know what comes from them. Other people often lose your labels, they don't care. They say it's their cross, stuff like this. So it's always good when you grow a lot of your own crosses, like just to see them and then you can decide what to do with them. But yeah, the cactus jungle. All right, guys, I gotta take a break now. I have what I personally call Cactus PTSD. I get this every year, like sometimes when I have the feeling that there are cacti everywhere, and how can you manage this? Like, in a way, I mean, it's not a problem to get all the plants somewhere in a little greenhouse, but you need to do everything in a way that is professional. You don't want to you don't want to have amazing plants and then you like do such a poor job that they don't make it through the winter. You need to have space between the plants. You need to think very well where to place your plants in the greenhouse. Like, you need to think about the sun. Where goes the sun? Where is which plants need full sun in the front? Which ones can stand a little bit further behind? And so on. And when you have like a lot of huge plants around small ones, the small ones will, like, they won't do well. They might die simply because, like, you create these tiny pockets of shadow, of darkness in between. And yeah, so you need to think very hard about where to put your plants and everything. And that's the hard part. Having lots of plants isn't that difficult. Keeping lots of plants alive is the really challenging part. And I mean, I'm over 25 years into this hobby and I still haven't, like, this year I made the biggest progress that I ever did. Like, it's important to grow. Even like, I mean, I wrote 3 books on the subject. Like, I know my stuff, but still, you never stop learning. And this year, I made a lot of progress about like growing from seeds, grafting them fast, and getting them to flower within short time, like 2 years or so. That is something that I wasn't as good as I am now. And grafting works better. Making crosses works better because I start to understand my plants. Like, I know my plants now. So yeah, there's always progress, and that's how I want to keep it. And every time you have progress, you're learning, you are also having these lows. And I have one of these lows right now. Like, it's not that I'm depressed or something. I just see what an immense task is in front of me. And yeah, that sometimes, I don't know, it's a lot to take. All right, guys, I gotta stop. It's time to take my break for the day. I'm going inside, having a tea. I'm sitting in front of the TV with my wife, having, like, drinking tea, like a British, and enjoying my time, reloading the batteries. And tomorrow morning, around 9, I'm going back in again. Take care, guys. Bye.